Greetings. This is TKTRAV, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. And as you guessed from the title and the thumbnail, today's the video you've been waiting for. Today, we're going to talk about the best choice, the best selection, the best method to really get in contact with the inner realms, the inner power. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I don't recommend looking for shortcuts, but what I do recommend is experimenting with different things and figuring out a way to streamline your path to success. Be able to avoid doing things that are going to waste your time, right? And that's different techniques with meditation, different techniques with visualization, different types of spirits to work with, different mantras and affirmations and algorithms, all types of things. So today, we're going to touch on the subject of external substances and the inner world. So, this is different from all my previous videos. Haven't done anything like this before. So let's go ahead and talk about this for a minute. The old unspoken rule is you don't want to use drugs while working your magic. You don't want to be on psychedelics. You don't want to be intoxicated. You don't want to do any of those things. And the reason that unspoken rule is out there is because a lot of people are unstable anyways. So to add the element of, inebriation, intoxication, and the element of working with spirits that affect the psyche, this could easily spell a recipe for a disaster, right? This is why you're probably going to find more of my videos where I mention about how to fix your mind, how to fix your personality, how important it is to correct your internal struggles, right? How important it is to resolve internal conflicts versus videos of me telling you, this is how you do this, this is what book you should read, this is how you do that. Because you can figure all that stuff out. But if the foundation isn't correct, not many techniques that I give you are going to work, because your perspective still has filters from your trauma or your predetermined assumptions. We come into this thing thinking we know it all already. Haven't studied, haven't practiced, haven't done a thing, but we know it all already. We got to get rid of that. Got to come into this with a fresh pair of eyes. Okay? You're the judge. You are the final authority. All right? Not some outside person or outside thing. You determine what's right for you. Based on experience, based on study, based on practice. Not based off of he said, she said. So with that being said, using intoxicants during magic is an unspoken rule, a big no-no. But in actuality, if you study any of these magicians who kept memoirs or even wrote books, you'll find that indeed this was touched upon. From Aleister Crowley to Jack Parson to anybody from that field, to Marilyn Manson, and to even to some of the people that we watch on YouTube now. It's really not that big a deal, but my main concern that I would say first is don't use it as a crutch. Okay, this isn't the magic, right? This is just something that alters your mind. If you use it as a crutch and you believe that this is the power, using whether it's marijuana, alcohol, mushrooms, or whatever else you want to use, if you get stuck in thinking that this is the magic and this feeling that I have and these visions that I'm having, if you get stuck thinking that this is the magic, you're on a downward spiral, because you're going to have to keep leaning on that to get that feeling. It's not even about results anymore. It's just about a feeling. It's just about an experience. It's just about being entertained. So you haven't evolved. If anything, you've made it harder for yourself to evolve, because now you've got to kick a bad habit. So I'm going to say that first off. You should be practicing your magic sober. You should make this a daily practice. Whether you're doing a ritual repeatedly, or you're studying, or you're meditating, balancing your chakras, you should be doing these things naturally before even thinking of escalating it, right? Now, which strain of marijuana is going to get you the deepest contact? That's the title of this video. Well, it was. But truth be told, it's April Fool's, so hell no, I'm not making a video about that. You can figure that one out on your own. What this video really is about is quite the opposite. So, everybody has either a vice or some type of coping mechanism that actually takes up a lot of time and resources. Talking to a lot of people here recently to get some info for this video, for some people it's eating, you know. They spend a large sum of their check on food. I mean, I understand food's delicious, but there's also an emotional connection there, and they feel a certain way when they're eating, and that money is getting spent, right? And not to mention, you're starting to have issues with health. For some people it's gambling. You know, maybe it's just to scratch off tickets. Maybe it's actually going to the, you know, little casino in the back of a gas station, or out there in Vegas, or wherever you want to do it. But you're taking your money and you're gambling and you're betting. You win sometimes, you lose sometimes. And that can easily start to cause problems with your finances, and if you have others depending on you. For some people, it's stealing. You know, it's just a compulsion to liberate things from someone else. I say liberate because there was a guy that used to hang around here that used to say that. Anyways, for some people it's drinking. A lot of money wasted down the drain, flushed down the drain, literally. And not to mention experiences, making mistakes, making an ass of yourself in front of your loved ones, friends, losing friends, ending relationships. Not good. For some people, it's a sex addiction or a porn addiction, and that can easily lead to either health issues or relationship, emotional issues. The point I'm making is, everybody has something that it feels good, it gives you an emotional high, maybe even a bodily high, but you know it wreaks havoc on your time, your energy, your finances, your relationships. So here's what I propose. I propose a challenge. I'm not going to give it a name. That's for y'all young folks. Call it what you want to call it. Maybe I should call it something to make it catchy. But anyways, I propose a challenge. I'd like you to right now sit down and evaluate your life. What is your thing? Do you like to go and just spend a ton of money on Amazon? Does that make you feel good? You know? I mean, it's all kind of things. I don't have to run down the list. You know what I'm talking about. Take a look at yourself. Take an account of yourself. Find that thing. Think about how good it makes you feel to do it. Now take a look at what it costs on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, yearly basis. The physical cost. For example, I found that I'll probably drink in upwards of about $10 a day. Multiply that by a week, that's $70. 2 weeks, it's $140. The list goes on. That's a car payment, right? Also think about the experiences in the past that you had due to this thing. right? How many relationships were lost? How many friendships were broken? How many mistakes could you have avoided? All right? Really take into consideration how serious this thing is. Notice its grip on your life. So here's what I propose. Just for a week, we'll try this together. Whenever you see this video, go ahead and start then. Doesn't have to be a special day. As soon as you see this video, make today the day that you start. Even if you still got some over there, it'll be there in a week. Let's take this week to gather those resources, right? Take that same money you would have spent and just put it away in like a little jar, for example. For me, like I said, I would spend an upwards of about $10 a day. So what I'm going to do is take a $10 bill every day, put it in the jar each day, and I'm going to watch that money accumulate, right? If it's time that you're spending on these things, take that time and do something good for yourself, right? Whether you want to meditate, start reading that book you were supposed to read, take that time and intentionally do something good for yourself for 7 days. This is the challenge. You can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not that difficult at all. You're doing this for a reason, all right? And this is how it links to spirituality, to magic, etc. Fasting is a very powerful tool that I would recommend you do on a semi-regular basis, whether it's yearly, every season. It should be done, weekly even. I fast often when it comes to food, but it doesn't have to just be food. Fasting can be anything. Okay, so we're going through a week-long fast for power, for results, and for a new perspective, right? Because after that week, you're going to sit back and see a finished result, right? In my case, I'm going to have a jar full of $70 that I can spend on whatever I want, applying it to something useful and helpful for myself, right? For you, if it's time, you know, you could easily finish a book in that time frame. If you're an artist and you haven't been keeping up with your art, you can spend the time to work on it a little bit every day. You know yourself better than I do. Deeply analyze yourself and be honest. You know what it is already. Don't try to pretend like it's not that and it's something else, and now you're giving up something that's not even, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, just try this. Try this, and at the end of the 7 days, see what you've accumulated that you normally waste. See what you can do with it. What's up? And what we normally find is it's just like what I've been talking about on the 2 previous videos about the transmutation of mental energy, right? When you're fasting, you're denying the body or the mind or both of something that it normally uses, right, to keep itself on a certain level. It's psychological or it's biological, but it's somewhat of a crutch, okay? Whether it's sweet food, you know, cigarettes, alcohol. When you deny yourself, what's happening is instinctually the body begins to send you signals. Hey, we need to go ahead and get that. We need to go ahead and do that. We need to go ahead and be there, right? And what's happened is you've made the commitment. You've made the decision. We're not going to do that right now because I have a bigger plan. I have a bigger goal. I have something bigger, right? Now you're literally using the concept of mind over matter, right? You're forcing the lower nature to submit to the higher nature. So right there is a transmutation of energy, where your animalistic needs desires something, the mind and the soul take over and say, hold on, we got something better. And you take all that desire and you subconsciously know, I'm in control, I'm going to use this energy for my goal. So on the physical level, we're symbolically doing that by, in my case, placing the money in the jar. I'm transmuting that money and that potential into something greater. Or if time is the thing that you're spending, you now have that time that you would normally be spending on lower nature stuff. And you can now transmute that time into something useful and helpful. I think this is a really good thing. Just in time. I hope this doesn't ruin anybody's spring break, but I think this is a very valuable practice, especially if you don't fast or you're not used to fasting. Give this a try. It doesn't just have to be food. It can be anything. But specifically, I'm asking you to perform a week-long fast from your thing, whatever it may be. And I want you, at the end of the week, to take an account of your life. See how you feel. Did you die? No. You might be a little healthier. You might have more energy. You might feel more accomplished now that you finished that song or that piece of art or that book, or you're able to, pay off a bill or buy yourself something nice, right? So this is a little experiment, a little challenge. And what you'll also find is during your spiritual practice, because you're disciplining your body, that gives your spirit and your mind more confidence. It gives you more confidence because now at the end of that week, you see that it can be done, right? And after that 7 days, you may want to continue, or you may want to try it again the next week. It's all up to you. But fasting is a great tool to have in your magical arsenal. Because every now and then you got to let the body know what time it is. You got to let the body know who's in control. Because if you don't check the body, it will check you constantly with no chill. Gorilla Glue. All in all, at the bottom of this video, if you feel bold enough, go ahead and leave a comment on what it is that you're going to be giving up for a week. And in that same comment, also let us know what you're going to do with the money that you saved or the time that you're saving while doing this. All right? And we can kind of use that as an accountability, right? Now you've posted it, you've made it public, you got to stick with it. So if you're feeling bold enough, leave a comment about what it is you'll be giving up for a week and what you're going to be doing with the money, the time, and the energy that you're saving. I told you what mine was. Let us know what yours is. Join the Major Society if you have not already on Facebook. As always, the link is in the bio. Got some great things planned for you guys this summer, so stay tuned for that. I'll be releasing a lot more information, working with some great people here. But yeah, you know the mission. Let's get to it. This is TKTRAV, aka Travis Magus, here with LVX777. Peace.